Hey everybody, welcome to Chicagoland Chats. It's Adam Serwinski of Sidebar Insurance alongside my co-host, Mr. Butch Zamar from Elite Benefits. Why don't you say hi to everybody, Butch?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
We're looking forward to it. Today we're hanging out with John Cowan at Wood Paddle Pizza. Excuse me, I got travel up there. Why don't you say hi to everybody, John?
Hey, hello everybody.
We like to start off our talks asking you just to kind of give an introduction of yourself. So some of the people who may not know the owner of Wooden Paddle Pizza, talk to them about what's going on and what you guys are, give you a little background about yourself.
Sure, I'm Jonathan Cowan and I am 31. I live in Lemont, Illinois. I have a restaurant in Lemont, Illinois called Wooden Paddle. We're a wood-fired pizzeria and restaurant. We cater a lot of weddings around Chicago. We have 3 mobile wood-burning ovens that we take and go to a lot of awesome fun parties with. And we also do on-site craft cocktail services. And we started in 2013 and been operating. Some people might remember us when we were in Orland Park. We had a little tiny restaurant in Orland Park, Wooden Paddle, from 2013 to 2017. But in 2018, we decided to move, and now we're in downtown Lemont. So that's a little bit about us.
Yeah, so very cool. So this new space in Lemont, obviously you were a sit-down restaurant. It was a little bigger, so you had a lot of space. So now, obviously, with the situation we're in today, obviously that's kind of limiting. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you're adapting the business to deal with some of the COVID stuff?
Sure. It was honestly, when we heard that they're shutting down the dining rooms, is a freak out as a company a little bit, and that because when we look at our in-store sales, we are 90% of our business is people coming in to dine, and about 10% of it is people carrying out. So it's a little bit of shock, and so my wife and I were talking about it. I was like super negative immediately. I was like, this is crazy. How are we going to do this? Are we just, what are we going to do here? So we just had right away. We're like, all right, should we lay people off right away and just let people collect unemployment? And we decided that wasn't going to work out because we just hired a bunch of new people recently because we're gearing up for our summer wedding season, which we expand our staff by 100% over the summer. And so a lot of those people couldn't even qualify for unemployment. So we just said, we need to start thinking about this. What can we do to go forward? So we started a program. We expanded our online capabilities to keep it as contact-free as possible. We started doing in-house delivery again. We hadn't done that since we were in Orland Park, which is a big deal. We shut down our whole dining room and made separate spaces for people to sit while they're waiting for their food. And we actually didn't take phone orders. We started taking phone orders as a restaurant. And that's how we've kind of tried to make things work so far.
Not to take you as a step back, but let's just talk a little bit about your business. What type of food items, kind of drink items, what kind of things are you guys really known for? Particularly, I mean, obviously Wooden Paddle Pizza tells you pizza is going to be there, but are there other things that you guys offer as far as a menu?
Yeah, actually, so much has changed since we were in Orland Park. People used to only think of us as pizza, but ever since we moved to Lemont, it's been more around like tapas and shareable dining. We put an awesome balsamic marinade skirt steak on the menu that's cooked in a cast iron in the wood burning oven. We have bone marrow on the menu. We have some beautiful like smoked trout salad. We have a lot of awesome things on our menu. We make our own gelato in-house, things like that. One of the biggest things that our locals in Lemont have been loving is our craft cocktail side. We press our lime, lemon, grapefruit daily. We make all of our syrups in-house. We have a list of 30 bourbons on our shelf and on to go with a lot of other spirits. So that's some of the new things we're doing these days.
Very cool. Why don't you talk about the ways that you're able to, you added phone ordering. Do you have an online service? How are people going to be able to reach out to Wooden Paddle to get their dinner needs or lunch needs coming up these coming weeks?
Yeah, so how I started is like telling you how we were overwhelmed with, is anybody going to even order? Because none of our business is like this. We started getting in touch with people. You can follow us on Wooden Paddle or type in Wooden Paddle on Facebook. You can find our page pretty easily, or at Wooden Paddle on Instagram. We're giving daily updates on what we're doing and how this whole journey is going. On Sunday, we decided, we knew it was our last day of dining at the restaurant, and we decided to it's gonna be a hard time. Like, luckily we've been pretty busy in Lemont. Our wedding business is booming, and we have savings and things like that for a rainy day, like what's happening right now. But we have a lot of employees, so we're like, we wanted to figure out something to get them some money. So we decided to take every cent that came in that day and just put in an employee fund just to send it out on their next paycheck, distributed to those people. And so that was a kind of an exciting thing. I forgot what the question was. I'm sorry.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
no, that's great. We want to kind of hear about the ways you're supporting, not only obviously just supporting your customers, but your employees who are going to get, unfortunately get the rough end of this a lot of times. It's tough. But could you talk a little bit about how clients can go about? You mentioned the phoning in, or they could follow you on Wood Paddle on Facebook. But how are clients going to be able to how can they reach out to you to make their orders so that they can get some food over the weekend or in the coming weeks?
Yeah, with all the turbulence right now, our online ordering at WoodenPaddle.com is always updated, so you know what we're running out of and this and that. We are also putting up special cocktails each day that are available in the restaurant to take out, along with beer and wine. We're able to sell thanks to the executive order by Pritzker, allowing restaurants that usually have people coming in to dine and have drinks and beverages. We're able to send those things out right now. So so you can still have fun at home, through this quarantine that's going on right now.
That's great. So you said WoodenPaddle.com is really the best place for orders. You're also taking phone entries.
Yeah.
Is there an email address? Or are you able to connect with over Facebook? I just want to make sure people know how to get a hold of you guys so that they can support a local business.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, our phone number is 630-326-8150. And that's a way to get in touch with anybody at our staff. And you can, anything you need for ordering or any questions, you can call us. We have changed up our hours a little bit. We are open for dinner on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're open for limited lunch and dinner services on Friday and Saturday, and a midday sort of thing on Sundays. But we also did something kind of fun just to, just give people a visual of what's happening within our business. I know a lot of people right now really want to support local, and small, independent restaurants as opposed to the big chains. And so what we're doing is putting a pizza counter on our Instagram and Facebook. Every day at the end of the day, we're putting how many pizzas we sold. And so on Tuesday, we only sold 42. Then the next day it was 76. Then yesterday we sold 135. It's just kind of like people, we want to give people a measurement of, how many pizzas we're selling. We're able to bring back people to work. Like yesterday it was to the point where we brought back 2 people above what we scheduled. And we had to call in frantically 2 more people. It was just, we were actually really busy because of that. So we just are so thankful for the awesome community we're in here in Lemont. And we have a decent following from a lot of people who used to patronize us while we were in Orland Park. We had people coming out from Orland Park to pick up food and things like that. And so it's honestly, it's just been really special as a small business owner. It's hard what we do in this as a small restaurant owner. Just all the support, all the messages I've got. I had a regular customer buy a $1,000 gift card from me the other day. I was like, he understood how hard, the cash flow thing can be in times like this.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened crazy on Monday, I did a live video on the Wooden Paddle Facebook page about this, but we buy lots of firewood, and my wood purveyor called me. He's like, man, this is crazy. Like, I know cash is probably tight right now. We want to, I'm going to buy 20 pizzas. I don't care what you do with them. Just figure it out. So I teamed up with Hope and Friendship, a Lemont nonprofit organization. And Terry from Hope and Friendship came in and brought pizzas to the police with that, and also fed 3 mothers with cancer and their kids. So we just want to show through those things and our updates on our social media, like, hey, there's a lot of negative, but here's some super positive things. And let's see what we can do as a community.
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan, I got a question for you. You're talking about painting visuals for the people listening and watching. In a few words, can you describe the culturally confused Reuben?
Ooh, in a few words.
Paint a visual for us,
Unexpected.
especially in light of St. Patty's Day.
Like, I'll give you a few words. Like, it's unexpected, amazingly delicious. Those are a few words, but to really go into what it is, it's a base of horseradish cream sauce. We have an aged Swiss on that pizza, a tiny bit of fresh mozzarella cheese. We slow cook some corned beef, and we shred it onto that pizza. We bake it, and then when it's done, we put on a tiny bit of sauerkraut, and let's see, a little bit of dill, and we have a homemade Russian dressing we're putting on there. So there's a lot of different cultural things going on there. Russian dressing and sauerkraut, it's not all Irish, so that's why we call it that. So it's just an interesting pizza. And honestly, I can't believe how into it people are. Like, I know it's a delicious pizza, but we've literally had people order 3 days in a row that pizza for delivery. They're like, finally you're delivering, and this pizza is my favorite. So
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You just changed it to, that's awesome. Well, we really appreciate, Jonathan. We want to kind of allow you to get back to your restaurant. We just wanted to really highlight you guys and thank you for all the hard work you're doing. Really appreciate you coming on the show.
yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have a great week, everybody.
All right.